we got bad numbers on that, but you were trying to tell me something. You're banging at different times and like exactly with different stuff. So I even turned up the volume for a minute to see like if that is it. But the way you were banging, the way I mean, they're claim they're playing. I mean, all the political class is playing out the idea. What they're playing out is that they're making all kinds of negotiations, and it's over. Like, but this is not. People are gonna read about this in their news magazines as that this is what political is, and this is what it's about. It's about they're negotiating. They're someone's claim. I mean, it's this is not negotiating. This is like they're doing a game. They're playing a game. They brought on a financial analyst to say the effect all this is having on the markets. Other societies are watching this. I mean. Wreck our own economy to stop women and children from being able to go to the doctor, but and defaulting on the debt and all this stuff. The very fact that what the content of this stuff is this what they're doing is they're negotiating, and it's all about the different players in it and everything. But it's the objective reality is one. Obviously, there's simply something. The entire Congress and Senate know that they have to play something out. They've been doing it from the beginning because we can't move towards health care. We lost our economic sovereignty, but now what's happening is what they're doing is like that. I played a clip from that financial analyst and the way this is affecting markets. Remember, it's a global economy. Eventually they're not have any. They're threatening it's having effects on the world economy, and eventually, the economics of the whole thing it isn't being talked about. But it's all a game they're playing. That's what for doing the financial analyst said. He said this is still it's based on games and negotiation, when what's actually happening is that healthcare is not something that can come here, because that kind of growth would depreciate the value of our currency, and there'll be capital flight out of here from all the foreign banks that own our basically vote. They're often called a virtual senate. A virtual senate of international lenders and investors who carry out a referendum from the transnational space on what governments do, and if governments act irrationally, meaning do things to help people, like put in a healthcare law, they'll be punished by capital flight. Governments that's why there should be controls on the movement of capital in and out of countries, which don't exist anymore in our era, because it's a threat to democracy. People here want health care. They bring in a law, and now what do they have to do? They play out this political theater, which is simply the theater they have to play out, because any attempt to build a healthcare system or bring healthcare to people, that does depreciate the currency, but that's okay. Building the infrastructure would too. That kind of growth is positive, but we can be punished by capital flight by the international lenders and investors, who are often referred to as a virtual senate. That's why during the Keynesian period of economics and the international economic order was based on controls on movement of capital in and out of countries, it was thought to be a threat to democracy. It is here too.